Yes, man. Mateos, welcome to the show, man.
Big up,
Welcome
man.
to the show. Hamza, as usual, late. Big up to every single one of you. You can jump on if you're free. Let me just send a link to the.
Bro, we set up for 9:30.
Why? It was supposed to be 10 o'clock, 10:15.
No, because it's supposed to be 10 o'clock. It's 20 past 2.
Yeah, I was in Eagles thing, man.
So,
I got
so
stuck in the
it's
Eagles.
20 past 2. Yeah.
Yeah, listen. Oh my God. I know I was in the other channel. I was like, let me enjoy the Eagles channel. Went there, man. Talked about the preview,
Yeah. How
and
is it go? How is it go?
bro, I don't know whether to start. He's good, man. I don't know whether to start about tomorrow's games. That we're probably, guys. You keeping an eye on go in the games tomorrow, are you? Chelsea, Everton, because all those games are concerning us, Mateus. Whether you
Yeah.
like it, because tomorrow I'm staying home. I'm spending time home tomorrow, so I'm looking at myself like, yo, tomorrow I'll be home, 100%. I'm home.
Arsenal is not playing tomorrow, are they?
Forget Arsenal because Arsenal now all right. It's now we look at the likes of what's the name, yeah, huh? Pray to what's the name? It's the likes of Chelsea.
Yeah, but
Chelsea.
Arsenal, we're only 5 points behind Arsenal.
Yeah, I know, but Arsenal. I think let's first look at our rivals who are coming for us. Chelsea, are they playing tomorrow? Matches tomorrow. So Chelsea are playing Everton 12:30. 12:30.
Is it Everton away?
Yeah. So they're playing Everton away.
No, I think
So
Everton
Chelsea are
will be.
playing Everton away.
I think
Then
Everton will beat
no,
them.
home at Stamford Bridge.
Ooh.
Yeah. So they're playing Stamford Bridge tomorrow.
I think Everton can get a 1-1 result.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Then we've got Newcastle, Ipswich Town. So bro, Newcastle ain't gonna drop points for that. And then
No. Bro, we've seen the Ipswich Town against Arsenal at the Emirates. They were awful. I think Newcastle slapped them.
absolutely. So I think those are the two games that we're looking at very closely. Chelsea tomorrow. I have to every City games I'm watching that
Yeah.
because we know how close Chelsea are 4 points behind us. And we got a game in hand.
No,
So
they've got a game in hand.
they got a game in hand. Yeah, we got a game in hand against
Do
them.
we?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, because we
Big up, Kel. Yes.
Hey,
Yo, yes.
Ah.
Come on.
I'm here.
We've played 34 games. Chelsea only played 33.
Sorry, I'm working in the background, so that's why I keep darting
Yeah.
off. But
No problem.
I'm here.
So they're playing tomorrow. That makes them 34 games. That is the same amount of games as us.
Yep. So we're talking, Kel, about tomorrow's game is going to be Chelsea. We're watching Chelsea versus Everton also, because obviously
Oh God, what time is
yeah.
that on? What time is the kickoff?
12:30 UK time.
12:30.
Oh, nope, not happening for me. Sorry.
It's
That's
gonna be
4:30 in the morning for me. I'm not getting up for that.
What time is it for you?
4:30 in the morning.
Oh my God. Nah.
You not notice when I'm like falling asleep on the football terrace on those early kickoffs?
Oh, poor you.
I literally am like snoring. I'm like, Terry, hurry up. I need to go to bed. These are too early. I'll get up for City, but I'm not getting up for anybody else.
Oh my God.
That's not fun.
Commitment. Like,
that's the West Coast of America for you.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh God. So those 12:30 kickoff, you hate it. So
I hate them. Every time I see one, I'm just like, shoot me. I'm getting old, man. That's getting harder to do. I don't know how many. I'm gonna have to move I can't do this for too many more years.
What about when it's 3 o'clock? What time is it normally?
That's 7 a.m. That's fine. That doesn't bother. I get up at 7. Well, one of my work shifts starts at 6 in the morning, so I'm just kind of used to getting up around then. I usually get up around 7:30 most days, but getting up at 7 is fine. Getting up at 6 is fine. That doesn't bother. Like I get up at 6 to go on Judge Mo's show on my day, on my day off sometimes. So I'm just like,
no way.
It doesn't bother me, but 4:30 is rough.
Oh my God. Listen, I have to clap it for you, man. Listen, I can't do that. That's commitment. You have to give credit to that, man.
Yeah, man. It's hard, bro. It's hard. Bro,
in terms,
it's only a couple of games this season, though. So
Hamza, I hate 12:30 kickoff as well Yeah, because I need to be up early, and I need to be up at 10 when it's 12:30, and I only leave like 45 minutes to the ground.
Because you want to drink more. That's why. No.
Yeah, you have to get up here completely. You have to get up there. Normally when it's 12,
I
because I
gotta
live
be
in
up at
London.
10 because obviously I need to get ready, get something to eat, have a few drinks before kick off.
See,
By the time
I knew it.
and I had to
Oh,
I usually walk to the stadium. I don't get a taxi or anything. I just walk. I prefer to walk.
oh my God.
Yeah, and I
No,
hate 12:30 kick off, man.
no,
Imagine those who live like in America where they've got to be up like 4
yeah,
a.m. in the morning, man, just to watch
absolutely.
Man City. It's
Oh,
just the same as
if you live in Hawaii, that's 3 hours behind me. That would be 1:30 in the morning.
Oh my
Because
God.
they're literally like on the other side of the planet. So
Oh
on
my
the
God.
East Coast, it's not so bad. The East Coast, it's like 7:30. That's not. I
Hmm.
don't think that does that. Like if you live in New York or Florida or wherever, like then you're getting up at 7:30. That doesn't seem too bad to me.
Nah, you're right.
That's not
Yeah,
bad
that's
at
not.
all.
That's still difficult. That's why you're not gonna watch me. I was saying Chelsea, Everton. I have to keep an eye on every of those results because obviously I want less pressure because
Mhm.
we've got a game in hand and we're 4 points clear. So obviously I know they've got hard games coming up, but it just that relieves the pressure. One
It
guy's out.
would, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
completely.
last week everybody won, and we weren't really expecting that. Like I thought Fulham was going to take points off of Chelsea, and then they won at the end.
Yep.
So that kept the pressure up. And then what Newcastle lost, which was actually annoying because then Villa were breathing down our neck. And I was like, God
Yeah.
damn it, Newcastle. Like, can you just can you do us a favor once? Like, and they didn't, but
They did.
whatever.
They
I
did.
think we won our hardest game. So I'm much more confident now.
Absolutely. I think that's what I said. I was gonna go back to that game for our game because obviously we've been under pressure in the Premier League. It's and Chelsea, when I looked at Chelsea's result, I was watching them against Fulham with my neighbor, and my neighbor was talking. I was like, and they scored. I was like, oh my God, I didn't expect them to beat Fulham. I literally didn't expect them to beat Fulham. So when they scored that winner, I was just heartbroken. I knew that we got to go to Villa and win as well.
and
So
and what a goal, man! What a goal from Pedro Neto. That was a strike, man.
Yeah, that was
that's what I was gonna talk about initially. Like, how do you feel after the Villa game? How do you guys feel like in terms of like the confidence?
a lot more. Like a lot more. Because if they'd beat us, I might have lost hope that we were going to make Champions League. But beating them, even just getting a draw would have been. I mean, I obviously I prefer a win, but a draw would have still kept them behind us. But to go 4 points ahead of them is huge.
It's huge, completely. It's massive. It's massive. Like that Villa win was to also dent their type, like to dent them a bit, and to because everyone who were watching us, they even Chelsea fan, they wanted us to lose that game because they see
Oh
our
yeah.
games as easier coming up. So Chelsea fan were messaging me like I'm supporting Villa because if Villa win, they can go 3 points, they'll go 60 points. But if you win, you go 61 points and you've got easier run. So, and they wanted obviously a draw, but for us, that game, I was worried about the Everton and the Villa and the Fulham. Those were three games, Kel. I put it
Yeah.
on my timetable. I thought, oh my God, like Everton away is a hard game, like very hard for everyone. Like going there and get that win 2-0. Absolutely, it doesn't matter how we play. I just wanted to get the result, especially after what we've got have had this season, and then to go to Villa coming to us, and and
That
and,
helped a
and
lot too. If we had gone to
absolutely.
Villa Park, it would have been much different.
But before the lineup, did you guys get worried before the lineup? How were you feeling before the lineup when you saw that lineup? The
Did
oldies.
you not read the group chat?
Yeah, I saw the group. I was laughing. I get depressed. I was scared. I was, oh my God. I was like I was positive because I knew Pep doesn't drop Gundogan. He doesn't drop him
Yeah.
anymore.
He's played
He
like 8 games in a row. Like,
yeah he plays
come on.
Gundogan is his guy. Like now Gundogan is his main guy. He's the only one that's guaranteed a spot. Him, Vardio,
Yeah.
Diaz,
Sorry,
and
we're
Mamush.
getting another commentator here. The
Yeah,
cat is
big up.
joining.
So
She's making noise. So if I don't put her on my lap, she'll come on.
Nah, completely.
Come on, you're
Absolutely.
on camera. Say hi. Say hi to everybody.
Do you know who else is going to be undroppable now
Mm.
until the end of the season?
Doku.
No,
Nunes.
no, Bernardo Silva.
Oh yeah. Well, we just know he's undroppable anyway.
Yeah,
that goes without saying.
No,
What do you think about the performance of Villa? Did you think we were lucky? Do you think were you nervous during the game? How did you feel going into the game? You guys were nervous initially, but what made you nervous? Because the lineup or the Villa, Aston Villa? Were you scared of Villa?
It's their midfield that scared me because they have just such a young, athletic midfield, and we have the uncles. It's I'm leaning heavily into the uncles, so I hope that term is not offensive to you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. To me, I looked at them. I was like, listen, I thought those things that I queried. I thought Bernardo, because Bernardo's not had a good season, yeah. But what do you think of Bernardo's performance? Do you guys think Bernardo did well? Do you think the rest helped him? What do you think?
I think it was average.
Do you think it was average?
Yeah,
I think it was his best performance of the season, but his ceiling's not that high.
Listen, big up Bernardo for the goal, but that goalkeeping was awful. Come on.
Yeah, and we should have had that.
And the way he hits it, he hits straight at the goalkeeper. Like any decent goalkeeper would have saved that. But
and Emi Martinez,
I don't think overall he had an amazing game. He had an okay game where
he just worked really hard.
He was like just keep the ball moving. He was dropping deep in between the centre backs. Basically, he was just trying to make himself looking busy on the football pitch. And he over the last 2 seasons, he has mastered the arts to make himself looking busy. But it wasn't affecting in any way, shape, or form in terms of like going forward. There was a time where we were still 1-1, 81st minute. Yeah, we were on the attack. We won the ball high up on the right hand side. Right, we needed numbers to make the runs, like just to make numbers in the box. And Bernardo Silva was just next to Mateus Nunes. Mateus Nunes had the ball, and Bernardo Silva just stepped back. He was literally running away from the goal. Bro, we need the goal. Why are you running away from the box? Attack the box. Do you know what I mean? Make those run, great space. And
I saw him completely different. He was everywhere. He was going back to the defense, collecting the ball. He was coming in midfield. He was going left. But there was a couple of times, you're right, where I saw him, Amadou Onana, I think, got the ball off him. And I thought, you're lucky. Other referee would have, they gave a foul. I don't know whether you remember that in midfield. They attacked us. They got that ball. But
yeah. Because
I thought you're lucky there. Other referees would have allowed.
If the referee was just play on, we were done.
Yeah, because there were 5. There were 4. I think there were 5 on 3.
Yeah, it was only the 2 centre half that were there because he came deep to receive the ball.
Fact,
everyone was so high up the pitch.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that game defined because listen, you have to respect. Before they conceded the goal, Villa were very compact. We didn't create any chances, did we?
No. And when Kel says that the first worry was the lineup, like the midfield trio or the ankle trio, it was a big concern. Like, because if you remember last season when we went to Villa Park, we went with the midfield of Kovacic,
Rico Lewis,
and Rico Lewis, and we got absolutely bullied. Yeah, we got out bullied, we got outpaced, we got out jumped, we got out strength, we got absolute bullet. So when we go into this season, last game where we knew like, okay, it's a top 5 battle. We need to make sure we win most of our games, and especially playing at home. It's like we have to win our home games, and there's no a better rival to beat when you're in the chase for Champions League football. Then I know that another club who is also chasing Champions League football to make the gap bigger. So when we got to the lineup, we all concerned, and the very first 80 seconds of the match, we got lucky.
Oh yeah, because
Oh,
Rashford hit the post.
Very
Vinicius
lucky.
Rashford. And after that incident,
Rashford.
we were like, wow, this can be
Yeah.
a very, very long night for us. Do you know what I mean? But we seems to manage the game well. We were just knocking the ball about, and yeah,
Did you? I think did Villa created a couple of open chances. Like they had that performance where they hit the post. Yeah, that
yeah.
penalty. Then they had another chance. Where was that another chance they had? They had a couple of chances where they created, and I thought they showed more of an attacking threat in front of goal. Like, and I think I have to respect the fact that we absorb that pressure. We know it's not our best team, but that's a young Villa team. That's a Villa team with runners. Morgan Rogers was nullified, who I liked. He's my favorite player. I didn't see him of the game. I think he was nullified that game.
I thought your favorite player was Cole Palmer.
Nah, I like Obama, but Morgan Rogers is my guy. You know, I love anyone ex Man City Academy. Think he was good. I think Amadou
Wait,
Onana
did
was
you
the
say
best player.
Rogers was good?
No, Morgan Rogers was the worst player
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Villa.
I was like, I think he's still in Yashko's pocket.
Oh yeah, Onana was good. Onana was good.
Oh, yeah.
Amadou
Dude,
Onana,
why didn't we look at Onana over the summer?
Yeah.
that's the one.
I
And
know
it's
he's
like,
not like Mr. Great on the ball, but like that
He's
profile in the midfield,
he,
based on what we saw all season, would
he,
have been
he's the type of player.
insane.
He's
he's
the
a good
type of player who is always up for a fight,
Yeah,
and we need
Yeah,
that.
I think
and he's
he
23, 23
he
years
would
old.
have
He's tall.
complemented Rodri so well. I think
Absolutely.
even Rodri could have pushed more forward, and Onana could have stayed back. That would have been an interesting dynamic.
Yeah. So rather than having Rodri taking the yellow cards to when he has to foul, we could have Onana doing
Yeah,
that.
Onana just takes them all, and he gets suspended.
Do you know what I mean? He loves getting suspended.
I think he was man of the match before they conceded because he stopped a lot of play. He stopped a lot of our chances. If you see where he was everywhere. He was clearing the header, stopping when we had a chance to shoot a ball. He stopped twice or three times. And I thought, hold on, Onana's performing well. But listen, there's the biggest substitution to me. I thought Makati didn't have a good game.
He got a couple of chances, but yeah, he was kind of this formation, I think, doesn't really like him and Marmouche were kind of not really the game plan. You can tell this little setup. It's meant for the uncles. It's meant for Gundogan and De Bruyne and Bernardo. It's not meant for anybody else who's not them.
No, the setup was
everyone else just kind of pushed to the side and not doing as much.
Yeah.
Hey,
I agree. The setup,
how you doing?
Yeah, big up. Look, I agree. The setup wasn't for them. It wasn't.
I feel like he just
the reason why he went with Gundo, Bernardo, KDB as some sort of diamond.
Yeah,
is because rather than going with Nico G, is because he sets it up and only the OG would understand what to perform in that system that the manager wants. Nico G wouldn't understand how to do it. That's why he went with that. Right? Okay, I need to go with my core, which is Kevin De Bruyne. He's been with me for 9 years. Gundo, who was my first signing, and he's been with me, and Bernardo Silva, who I signed him in my second season.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his score. That's his guy. He trusts this guy. So, and he took me during the training session. He creates a pattern. This is how we're going to play, and he knows that if we all together result against Villa, this is the setup. These guys will get the result that I want because they know how to do it. They know how to do it. They've done comebacks, bro. They've done comebacks. Brighton, Aston Villa at home. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that Brighton game. Yeah. Laporte.
God, man. Don't even remind me, bro.
We're going to Bernabeu. We conceded from Vinicius Junior from 40 yards out. We kept on the game, kept composed, really calm. when it comes to the time to hit them, KDB bang. Let's see out the game 1-1. When we go to home, smash them. So he trusts these guys, yeah, because he knows this guy will Bernardo Silva, Ikai Gundo, KDB, they will get him the top four.
That's that. I want to ask you that question, Kel and Martin. Why is he not picking the players that are gonna stay then? If these players are better than them, why is he not picking them? Why is he
Be-
not picking Savio? Why is he not
Because
starting Doku? Why is
I
he
can
not taking Nico
understand the
Gonzalez?
Savio thing.
because because
Savio can't, it's just not consistent right now.
no,
I get that.
it's very simple, Hamza.
They're
It's
not his
very
guys.
simple.
Mm,
So every time the last 4 years, where the last 4 years we have been to a title run,
mm,
where in the last 10 games of the last four season was a must-win game because
mm,
we had Liverpool on our tail,
mhm,
we're smashing teams left, right, and centre.
mm,
Yeah. And then the last two we had Arsenal, who the first very season they challenged. Okay, they bottle at the end, but the
mm,
very second season they were there until the last game of the season. Liverpool was so old that at the last day of the season, and Aston Villa. So if you remember the last when we go into the title run in the last 10 games, where it's the 10 finals, he had an 11, and he had
Yeah.
those guys in
mm,
there, Gundo, whether it was Fernandinho or Rodri, but he always kept up Gundo, KDB,
mm.
Bernardo Silva. These guys were there. He was trust this guy, and these guys delivered the four in a row. Going when it comes to like April, May
Mm.
is a win. Let's go.
Under
And
pressure.
if you remember,
Yeah.
all title races all the four that we won,
Mm.
we never played well in the title charge. The reason we were
No.
getting the job, no, we were getting the job done.
Yeah, exactly.
Were
We
you?
would just scrape
No, no,
over the line.
see, the football, it
Yeah.
was
Let me
the
check
get
this.
the win because Liverpool won their game. Right, okay, Liverpool is 1 point ahead of us. We need to win our next game to go the 2 points ahead. So he trusts those guys, right? These guys will get the job done. So the job this season, Champions League football, the same guys that got me the job done the four in a row, these guys, although they're like off base, but we somehow we don't know why, but they will get the job done, and they've been doing it. Bournemouth, we got 1-0 down. The same guys,
But
we
the
managed to
last
get the
couple of
result.
games we always do well. I'm looking here. I'm looking here last season.
No,
I'm looking,
results wise, we do well.
Yeah,
we
we get the results. The performances
Not the
are always like not
performance,
good.
Hamza, not the performance. See now, we're not performing, we're getting the results. Do you get me?
and I
If
look here last season.
mm,
We had our last game was West Ham 3-1.
yeah.
Yeah. Before
That
that,
was
we
even a
played.
nervous game too, though, because
Was it?
West Ham wasn't a good game, wasn't a good performance.
What do
We
you
got the
think?
job
yeah,
done.
Foden just dominated it. Foden and Rodri carried us. That just summed up the whole season right there. Is
Oh,
those
you're
two
Yeah,
right. You're
carried
right.
us?
Nottingham
'Cause
Forest. You're right. We
they
went
scored a
away.
goal, and then
Nottingham 4-0.
Suchek had a goal that got it was
yeah,
offside.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was nervous.
We won
Yeah.
I was
2-0.
nervous time at the. It was close to the end too. I was like, we do not. I was like, this cannot go to this.
See, the
We
Nottingham
can't draw this
Forest.
game. We had to win
See,
it.
Nottingham
see,
Forest. You're right.
see the Nottingham Forest away, we won 2-0 yeah, last season.
Mm.
Is a reminiscent of the Everton away we won 2-0. You don't
Mm.
need to. We
A little
didn't need
bit.
to perform against Nottingham Forest away. We just gone out there, scored 2 goals. That's it. 50 out the game against Everton. The same.
Yeah, the only difference is
We
we
just need
scored
to get.
early.
You give
Josh got
character
scored
to
in the first
the
half.
players. These players are
Yeah,
calm.
yeah. That's why the top four, Bernardo, Gundo, KDB will get us top four.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you get me? Because
You
they
trust.
understand how the teams in the Premier League set up.
Okay.
They understand how to hurt them. The Savios,
Mm.
the Bruno G, they don't know that just yet.
The Nico Gonzalez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't know. No, they need time. The Kosanov.
Mm.
That's why Kosanov sometimes is very harsh.
Mm.
Do you get into challenge that doesn't need to,
Mm.
this at this time of the season?
Mm.
The experience that they don't do that. because they know that just chill, just calm down. It's fine. Let them have their own fun. The fans are gassed up for the first 10 to 20
So the
minutes.
players know. They know
Yeah.
they love this pressure.
They
These
know
players-
exactly what the manager wants to do.
Yeah.
And the other
Ruben
players
Diaz
are
talk
just
about we
learning
love the
still.
pressure.
But then how do you then get rid of them? How are you going to teach these new guys the same way? That's how
That's the problem. You have to get rid of them, or Pep will just keep playing them, and no one will ever learn.
yeah.
No,
That's
no, no,
been
no, no.
my MO this whole I'm
When
selling
you get
everybody
rid of
this
all of
summer.
them?
I'm getting rid
No,
of
no, no, no.
everybody because I think that's the only way to actually rebuild the squad.
No, Hamza.
You get rid of everyone. Or you
Hamza.
get rid of 2 and keep 2.
No,
I would
Hamza.
get rid of ideally 6 to 7.
Wow.
I'm getting rid of all 4 uncles, all 4 of them.
So Gundogan goes, KDB 3 goes,
Gundogan,
Bernardo
KDB
goes.
Gundogan. I'm getting rid of Kava. I guess you could keep him, but whatever. I guess we can't get rid of. I'd like to get rid of Bernardo. This isn't an ideal world. Also,
No.
you got to get rid of Jack. He's just occupying space on a bench. He's
Yeah,
not
Jack,
helping
Jack.
anybody. He never plays.
Yeah, Jack.
Get
No,
rid of him.
Hamza.
You have to get rid of one of Stones, Akanji, and Ake. But the problem is the homegrown quota.
Yeah. That's
So
the
I
problem.
think you're going to be stuck with Ake and Stones. So you have to. I think you have to get rid of Akanji in that situation because we know what'll happen. Akanji will play every game next season, and Kusanov and Victor Hayes won't get to learn. Or Juma Bach, we bring him back. There's no point. They're not going to learn as young players sitting on the bench. They have to play. If that means mistakes and it means we don't win the title, I'm okay with that. I want to build this team. If we only have Pep for 2 more seasons, I want him to give all of his knowledge to all the players. And I just don't think they're going to get it from the bench. So I need them to play. And I just don't think they'll play if Pep has his guys there. So that's why it's harsh, but I'm getting rid of everybody. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but that's just how I would approach it.
But would that be risky? Because you will lose top 4? Because if you get rid of all of these guys and give these youngsters with lack of experience chances, there's a risk you're going to lose top 4 because everyone's going to strengthen.
But see, the line won't be just full of new people. You still have Yashko, who's going to be in his 3rd season. That's experience. Holland's 4th season. He's very experienced. You have Ruben Diaz. You have Rodri coming back. John Stones and Ake will still be there. That's a lot of experience. So it's not like we're just going to have a team full of academy players and brand new players. A lot of these players that we have, Phil Foden has 8 years of experience under Pep. Is he not considered experienced? You still have a lot of experience there. It's not just, it's not starting from scratch. So I think it's a way to blend people in. That's just my opinion. Obviously, we're not going to get rid of everybody, but that's how I would do it.
And you're right, Hamza. When you asked why we're getting rid of, when I mentioned the guy that gets the job done, and you said why we're getting rid of all of them, Hamza, you forgot that we are moving on the players in the midfield, and some of the defenders. So some of them we're getting moved on. However, the mentality, the core of the team is staying.
That's the thing.
The core of the team is staying. The Diaz is staying.
Yeah.
You've got your Josko Vardy at the back. Yeah. In the midfield, you've got Rodri is staying. And you've got your Fodens.
Yeah.
Up front, you've got Haaland.
Yeah.
The core has been through title races. Have won title races.
Yeah.
So even with if you put a new guys in there, the core will guide the new guys. Will show them what it means to play for this football club. They will show them from March to May, it's business time. Jimmy, the Fodens knows that. Foden during title races, he was banging goals.
Yeah.
So the new lads, the Foden will guide the new ones. Yeah, how to win football matches without playing well. The Haalands, the Rodri, Champions League winner, the Ruben Diaz, Josko Vardy, etc. So the core is still there. When you add in pieces, you're going to add one piece in the defense, one piece in the midfield, and maybe a couple of pieces in the attack. But that's where the recruitment needs to come in, right? Because you might add some young talent, are very promising, but you also need to add some experience. players
This
of
this the left back
Europe,
issue. This
European
left back,
games. Yeah.
this left back one example, like Nico Riley is playing very well. Do you move him? Do you keep him there?
No.
Or do you
Move
go
to
and sign
midfield.
Signing a
Cambiaso and
fullback.
Kekes? Huh?
Move to
No, I'm
midfield.
signing Andy Robinson from Fulham. That's who I'd
Okay.
sign. I think he's the
What-
right age profile.
He's
And
good.
he's a captain. He has leadership too. He captains Fulham, and I think he's worn the armband for USA a few times too. I'm also just dying for an American to actually be good enough for City.
absolutely.
We have not been good enough for
But-
American players have not been good enough for City for since I started watching. That's when they were City were a mid-table team, and then you might get a few American, because DeMarcus Beasley, that's when I got involved. But obviously, City's gotten way better, and USA is still awful. So the fact that we have one player that we could even consider being on City is like warms my heart. But I think he could play exactly like this role that Nico's doing. Like that's Jedi Robinson, man. That guy can cross a ball, and he's a hard worker too on defense. So I'd like to sign him, but Kirkez is also a great shout. And I just think we need real fullbacks and put Nico in the midfield at some point.
So you think Nico can play midfield? Do you really think they can play midfield?
Oh yeah. I'd like to see him in this role that Gundogan's playing right now.
Yeah, he's a better box.
Nico as a false nine right now would be so sick.
Seriously, he can. You know, one thing I see from Gundogan that I don't see from many players, the way he gets into the box, the way he's just always in the box. Last season we never had that.
No,
like he's always running into the box. He's ready to,
especially when you need a goal.
Fact, we missed that last.
He's been getting into the box, but he's just not scoring right now. But
that's the problem.
Since he started playing more games, he is getting into the box.
But I think we don't have good creators. That's the problem. We don't have the Mahrez that used to create, beautiful creator. We never used to have this kind of quality. KDB is not the same creator. KDB used to be a fantastic creator. He's still very, very good. But if Gundogan, I always see him in the box. Even when Marmoush scored, and
he was right there next to Bernardo.
He was close. Do you remember he was close to Bernardo? The second goal, he was in the box as well. When the cross went in, he was there, but he went over to Nunes. The goal that we scored, who did we play before this? Not Everton. Who did you play against before that Everton game?
That was the United game, wasn't it?
No, it was Bournemouth.
No, Bournemouth.
Oh, the cup game. Yeah. Sorry.
No, Bournemouth. We played someone before Everton.
I thought it was United in the Premier League.
Before Everton?
Yeah.
That was United.
Yeah, that game. Nobody looked good in that game. That game was just terrible.
No, sorry. No, United Palace. We won 5-2.
Palace.
Oh, the Palace game. Right.
Palace 2-0 down, yeah. Gundogan was getting the box. There's one time he misshot it, but he came to Marmoush and Marmoush scored the equalizer. Remember,
he was the one that game. Being 2-0 down after getting up at 4:30 in the morning. Ooh.
Yeah.
I was ready to go back to bed.
When you say about creativity, we needed creativity. I think when you said about the goals that we used to score, like Gundogan always in the box. So the creativity used to come from the wings. When you mention Mahrez, do you know what I mean? The deliver Mahrez. Do you know what I mean? The Sterling, sometimes when you go on the byline to put a cross in, the Sanes, the Mahrez. But we don't have that. We got that sometimes with Savio. He can put a good cross in when Haaland's there. But his lower crosses is just as bad as Doku. Do you know what I mean? Doku take a man on, take a couple of mans up. He's in the box. The decision making is really poor. The crossing is really poor.
Fact.
Well, when you've got poor crosses at the box, doesn't matter how many movement you do it, if the ball doesn't get to you, if the ball just stops on the first man, it only hits the first man all the time and go up for the corner. What you can't score, can you? Do you know what I mean? Even Jack Grealish can put a decent crosses in. Do you know what I mean?
I think the key
Mahrez, like first touch, bang, cross it in the box straight.
Dangerous, but
we don't have that. We don't have that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We've got talents who can be really good, but at the moment, the situation we're in now, we cannot wait 2-3 years for
For
that
that.
fruit to grow. We need ready
Yeah.
to go now. Do you know what I mean? Because we have to keep winning trophies. The iron needs to strike once it's hot. Do you know what I mean?
Another question I
Because,
wanted to ask you:
because
Who
we
do you
don't
think is the
know
captain? Who
yet.
who's the leader? Who's the leader for next season? Either
Well, first captain is going to be Ruben Diaz, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it'll be
Walker is
Diaz.
going. He's the first
I think I'll
captain.
give Rodri.
Nah, Walker is going.
Rodri
So
will be second
the
captain.
second is KDB, then is Bernardo Silva,
Hmm.
then is Diaz.
If Bernardo stays.
I
I
think
think
Bernardo.
Rodri's ahead of the pecking order, Bernardo. The problem is that we give Rodri too much of a burden. He
No,
has
I
to
don't
like
think
run the
Rod
whole
should be.
team.
I don't
And
think
he's
Rod
coming
should
back
be
from
the
an
captain.
injury, so I feel like he's not going to be at his best for a few months.
He's
Because
not.
it just takes time, and
Mm.
I don't want him to have any extra pressure. So I
Mm.
Yeah.
kind of like him to not be wearing the armband for a
No,
while
no.
next season because he
I
really needs
agree.
to focus on just getting back into it. And I'm really nervous about how we're gonna integrate him
Look
back
after
in.
him.
I really hope they don't just throw him in every game because I just don't think you can do that. Otherwise, you'll probably re-injure something else, or his hammies will go because the muscles aren't there yet. So it's a tricky one to come back from. I don't think he can play every 3 games for quite a while.
I think at the age, how old is he? He's gonna be 29, is he?
I think he
He's
turns
28.
29 like in the summertime or something. Yeah.
There you go. That's a red flag.
Why is
We
it a
got,
red
we
flag?
got robbed of like Rodri's like
It's a red flag that you have to look
so
after.
sad.
Yeah.
28, man. This is gonna be hit.
That was supposed to be this season was supposed to be his peak. Playing football, being called the best player on the pitch. Best
He
player in
is
the world.
best player in the world.
Yeah. And he missed out on that opportunity being praised, being on the pitch. But he's proved it because people said he robbed it from Vinicius and Vinicius deserved it. When now the slander is on Vinicius, people are slandering the guy, people calling him a fraud. Get out of here.
Did he
It's
not say that?
already-
He said, "I'll come back 10 times stronger."
But there's
Oh,
never
jeez,
been a
yeah.
place that every Vinicius lovers have kept quiet. No talk, no chat, nothing. And Rodri has had the praise because cities have gone in a downfall and he's the only guy who's missing. They're saying, oh, you're Rodri. So people have appreciated. And people have seen Vinicius having stinkers after stinkers. So they realize, hold
Rodri,
on.
man. He came to
Exactly.
the Super Bowl this year. I was
Huh?
like, what? He's all doing talk with the NFL guys during the biggest game of the year. In America, that's the most watched game on or most watched like event of the whole year. And it's fucking Rodri's doing like NFL TV interviews. I'm like, what? NFL
Yeah,
Network. I'm
what?
like, what?
That
That's
was
crazy.
the best. To see him having that PR, being given that status, it showed.
Yeah.
And in terms of next season, you said about you're fearful of him. So if you get let go of Kovacic and Gando, you have to get another midfielder too, probably.
Conversation not going.
Yeah, I would like out of the 4 uncles, I would get rid of all 4 of them, but Cobb is number 4 on the list, so he's probably the most likely one to stay.
Why
But
would
the
you?
only
Why
thing,
would you?
one
Why
reason
would you
I'd
get
sell
rid
him
of
is because you get money
Kovacic?
for him. But
Mm.
I
Why
think
would you get
Bernardo
rid
is
of
going to be the hardest
Kovacic?
one to get rid of. And actually, based on his quotes like yesterday or something, it doesn't sound like he's going. It's just going to be too hard to move Bernardo with that contract he has. So unless he really pushes for the move, I don't think it's going to happen. They'll just let him walk on a free. No one's going to pay for him. 300K a week for like 2 or 3 GNA a season or something. Like
I think he might go Galatasaray or Saudi. That's where he's gonna earn his bag.
Bernardo?
No, not Bernardo. Sorry, Bernardo's
Oh.
gonna go Benfica,
Yeah,
but Gando's gonna go Turkey and thing.
Yeah,
I think Bernardo stays. There's something. There's no way Bernardo.
I think he
leaves.
stays. Yeah,
Bernardo
he has
stays.
to go.
Nervous
He
about
has
it.
to go.
He will not make that error of getting rid of KDB. He's thinking, okay, I got rid of KDB. I need to
No,
get
Hamza, he has to go. Sorry, he has to go.
Pep will not do that. Pep will not get
No,
rid of.
no.
Pep has only done that at Barcelona once, where he got
The
rid
club,
of
yeah, the club
Eto'o and
needs
Ronaldinho.
to intervene and say sorry. He's not up to the standards anymore. It's not. It's not. We have to. The only reason we're going into a rebuild, Hamza, the only reason we're rebuilding the team is to move on from players that are not up to the standards anymore in terms of delivering the quality that we need in the football pitch. Yeah, going to next season, the quality is not looking busy on the pitch. Just do a pass to pass, side to side, just a 5-yard pass, drop into the defender just to, oh, hi, Ruben, you okay? Oh, we're going to McDonald's later. Yeah, after the game. You just give me the ball. I'll pass it to Value. You're right there, mate. Find some KFC later. Oh, yeah, bro. So, do you know what I mean? And then, yeah. Where is Kovacic? I'll give you the ball to go. No. We cannot afford that, Hamza. Next season, we need to bring on players. Right, okay. Let's win it.
Reinders comes in.
Let's fight it.
This is what I was saying earlier. If Bernardo's here, Pep has already said he's going to start him every game next season. He's going to play him all the time. I know we have this fantasy of him being a squad rotation player, but he won't. Pep will just play him all the time.
Yeah.
And then whoever is supposed to take his place when Bernardo leaves on a free will have lost the whole opportunity to like learn the system because he won't be playing. So
Bro, Bernardo Silva
you need to get those minutes freed up so the new players can get the reps.
Bro, Bernardo Silva got absolutely bullied by Declan Rice at Emirates. I was like,
did he?
Bro, in the midfield, bro, they were winning all the midfield battles as soon as they scored the second goal.
I think was it that bad?
No, it's awful.
No. Hamza, you don't understand. He wasn't that bad for the first 50 minutes of the second half, but after they scored the second, the heads, everyone's heads dropped. They were getting bullied. They couldn't make 5 passes.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Every time Arsenal was in the attack, we were fearing for the worst.
Yeah, scoring.
And Bernardo Silva couldn't win any tackles in the middle of the park.
And not physical enough, against Declan Rice. Definitely
why would you give these players going to next season if you are rebuilding?
I think I just sense no way Bernardo's leaving. No way.
Yeah.
He's 30. He's still got to give.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ed.
KDB. He's gonna lose KDB. He will not make that error of losing too many experience. He will not. Pep will not make that.
Rodri coming back in too. Don't forget that.
That's why Pep has learned
the quarterback of the midfield.
Yeah, I think
use an American term.
I think what's the name leaving KDB makes me believe that he's confident of an agreement happening towards. I think he believes it. I think for him to make a brave decision and say, I let go of KDB, he's done exactly the decision like Ronaldinho of Barcelona.
That screamed Viana to me.
Yeah?
That did scream Viana to me.
You think Viana made that decision?
A lot of the January window screamed Viana. Like Hugo Viana doing all the work. Like, I don't think any of those defenders that we signed in January, I don't think any of them were Tiki signings. I think they were all Hugo Viana signings.
I think, I don't know. I think Bernardo's staying. I think Kova might stay. I think KDB leaves. I think Gundogan, he might keep as an assistant coach.
Well, 3 of them stay. It's not a rebuild. It's just, and then you're just kicking the can 1 year later. We're going to see the same problems next season.
I think Makati leaves 100%. I think Matthias Nunes. I think Nunes leaves. Yeah, these are the players that are definitely leaving.
Nunes is one I've changed my mind on.
No, Nunes is staying.
I think he should go, but I think he's going to end up staying because he's proving to be a versatile player. Pep loves that.
He's going to be right back.
I think he might end up staying.
Do you know, Hamza? I always see Nico O'Reilly as a midfielder. I want to see Nico O'Reilly in the box-to-box position, playing alongside. Play alongside Rodri. Yeah, learn from Rodri.
That'd be nice.
I would gladly move Bernardo Silva out to Benfica on a free if I am to give those minutes that Pep likes to give to Bernardo Silva to Nico O'Reilly playing in that midfield.
Would you give him to Nico? Would you? But also, what about Nico Gonzalez? Does that mean he's not going to play 6? Or
Nico Gonzalez will
play him
playing,
as an 8, or do you just don't rate him?
No. Nico Gonzalez will be playing when Rodri needs a rest. Unfortunately.
So we paid 50 million for a backup. Wow.
That's the conundrum the manager and the board will have to face.
What about Rico Lewis?
I think we're gonna. I don't think he's
good
enough.
Sell him. Listen, he is technically good enough to be a squad player at this football club. However, he's not physically
good
enough.
The
to
Premier
be
League has gotten so physical lately too, because like
He scored
we're here
James.
talking about how Bernardo is getting bullied and Gundo and KDB are getting bullied by Declan Rice and stuff. Like every team has a midfield like that now. Like look at
Fact, you
Newcastle's
need to get
midfield. Like
physicality.
Rico can't handle that.
And unlucky for Rico Lewis is that he's not surrounded with players that has good height at this right moment in time. Because if you look at Arsenal, they've got the young fella, the 17-year-old or the 18-year-old at left back. He's
Oh,
not tall.
MLS.
He's not tall. However, he's surrounded by tall players. He doesn't need to win second duels. The tall player does it. What he has to do is when the ball bounces, when his teammate heads the ball, I need to be in a position so I can just grab the ball and make the ball moving. Bernardo Silva doesn't have that. If you look at the young lad at Arsenal, he's got Declan Rice, Partey in there, and Marino. These are giant and they've got the centre halves who are a bit massive. They'll jump and they'll win the ball, give it to them. Every time you see Rico playing, he's got Bernardo, Gundo, Kovacic in there. They short players. We don't even win duels. So he gets exposed. If the midfield that he's got up front in front of him are not winning duels, the back line pays for it. Do you know what I mean? So
It's
that's why
interesting though, because remember the treble season, like Rico did get trusted, and we could hide him better. Like when Rodri was there, big bodies. Rodri was there, De Bruyne's big body, and then the back line it was like Diaz, Stones, Ake, and Akanji. They could hide him a lot better.
Hamza,
he actually ran Cancelo out of town. Remember?
See now, if you've got now he changed that right back position and he put Nunes. Nunes may be some decision making. It may be, why are you doing that? But physically, and when it comes to a physical battle, Nunes wins.
Yeah, but he's fast too.
Rashford was sprinting with the ball. Nunes had to track back and win that tackle.
No, but come on, Matthias. I know you can name Matthias, yeah?
No. I'm not saying Nunes should be our right back. We need an upgrade on that right back position who is physically good enough, and also technical good enough.
The problem is you got a dilemma. Rico is a homegrown, Ake is homegrown, John Stone's homegrown, Foden's homegrown. Who else is homegrown? Lucky Nick O'Reilly is added as a homegrown talent. Jack Grealish is a homegrown. You see, Scott Carson's a homegrown. You got all these players, and you're getting rid of Jack Grealish.
Is homegrown.
I would keep Grealish.
You can't get rid of Rico Lewis. I'm sorry.
I would keep Grealish.
I think it's done for Jack. He doesn't play.
He's gone.
I was listening to something earlier, and it said out of the last 17 Premier League games, Jack's played in like one of them or something, or he started one of them.
Yeah, Pep will
17 games. Like he's gone.
You know what hurts for Jack? Yeah, is the fact of that wages he takes. If Jack was taking 100,000 a week, no way. But because he's one of our highest earners of 300,000, and we're not utilizing him, there's no way he's staying.
It's a total waste. And we're gonna probably have to pay, like, to loan him out or whatever. We're gonna have to probably pay half his wages at least.
And the other thing is Diego Costa has been linked with coming to Man City. What do you guys think about that?
I've never seen him play. I've just heard things from people who have, and I'm on the Chevalier bandwagon. I've watched like the past 4 or 5 Lille games just to get a sense. And I know it's a small sample size, but I really like
I like Kel's honesty, man. But listen, most of us, he was linked with Man United. Last 2 years, he was the guy that people wanted.
But we should not. If United looking for a player, we should run far away.
He was linked with United, but suddenly 2 years, this last 1 year and a half, 2 years, I've not heard of him. I'm hearing more of that Chalavier. What's his name?
Chevalier.
I watched Costa.
That guy.
I watched Costa against
Arsenal.
I watched Costa against Arsenal, and he really impressed me. I haven't watched them. I haven't watched him ever since. But the 2 legs against Arsenal, he was really good, and I really liked what I saw. But there's now rumors going on next saying that He's bozo, yada yada yada. I haven't watched any games. I need to watch a few Porto games and see what it's like because I haven't watched him since last season.
I think he looks he to me he's the guy that he just rings a bell like his Viana signing. He's Portuguese.
Yeah.
He saw him in Portugal. He starts for Portugal team. Hugo Viana is there. He's playing.
Nuno Mendes as
I'm
well.
Bruno
gonna.
Mendes involved in this deal.
Oh God,
And I'm
yeah.
thinking, like,
Give us a deal.
George
Give us a
Mendes
deal,
is
Mendes.
George Mendes. No, sorry.
yeah, and to me, if you look at players, there's a better keeper like the Espanol keeper. He's good.
Yeah, Garcia. He's
Yeah,
good.
that's
He's
it.
good.
He's
Yeah,
very good.
he's
But
very good, man.
problem
He's very good.
we
And
have to go.
he's got a release clause, 20, I think it's 30 million euros.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's really good. I would take him.
Just quickly, let's go to the Nottingham Forest game. What do you guys think about Nottingham Forest? How are they gonna play? How do you play against them? Who do you start? Let's go first about what do you think who's gonna start for this game?
Well, Edison is not going to start. He's out.
We know that. Huh?
Pep Guardiola just say we will see.
Yeah, he's not
He say-
ready.
yeah, he
So
said
take and go.
he's back
Right
in
back.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
he's gonna run the same lineup, honestly. I think
same
he
back
found
four.
his solution and his little setup, and there's 6 games left in the season. He's just gonna say, screw it, let's go for it.
Yeah,
So he's gonna avoid to go for the football. He's gonna go for control. Because remember, Nottingham Forest are dangerous in counter-attack.
he
That's what
will.
they beat us
No.
last.
He will make one change from last game. He would.
What?
He would take McAtee off. He will bring Phil Foden
Yes.
in.
I think that's
No,
key.
that's a mistake.
Either
You
Phil
think-
Foden.
Cody needs to just leave the team till the end of the season.
Oh,
He's
I-
not okay.
Or either Phil Foden or Savio will start. I had on McAtee from the last lineup. The rest of the team will be the same.
The question, the question is Makati. That's the thing. Do you start Makati because you're not gonna keep Makati next season?
Yeah.
Secondly, Makati didn't play well against it. Who can you play there for Makati? Savio, or you bring Doku that side? Doku cooks. Doku can cook them.
Not on that side.
Oh, because they're I think their right backs are all going to be out. I think
Is it?
one of them suspended, but Nico
Is
Williams
Olaina
he's
suspended?
and then yeah, I heard he was suspended, and then Aina I guess is coming back from injury, and so if he's coming back, he's probably not 100% fit. So Doku
wow.
could probably torture him or torment him. Nicer word.
So
He could cook
Olaina,
him. We'll say that.
we
But
need
I kind of really like Doku off the bench right now. I think he's just more effective because I feel like some games when he starts, he just he dominates the ball too much and doesn't necessarily do enough with it.
And
But
we
I
need
really like him in these last 2 games off the bench,
but we need
especially
a
against
plan
the tired
B.
legs.
but
So
we need a plan B. If let's say
how do you play against them then? How
if
do you
we-
play?
if
Play
we
the
withdraw-
control
if
or
I'm
you
we-
go
gonna do
attack?
the exact same thing. I think.
yeah, Hamza. Let's say for example, if we 2-2 with 5 minutes to go, 1-1 with 5 minutes, and you need a goal, you need your weapon, which is Doku. If you start him and he doesn't have a good
Yeah.
game, you end up subbing him off,
Mm,
and who's going to be the
He
impact
hardly ever
player?
plays a full 90.
mm.
And most of the time when Doku starts, he doesn't have the greatest game, does he? He's
Yeah.
more effective off the bench.
But that's it. So I think the key thing we have to be very careful in the counter attack. They're very, very dangerous.
He will have to play
That's
either
another reason
Foden
to
or
not play Doku because he doesn't track back enough.
He doesn't.
Well enough.
no. He will have to start Foden or Savio, unfortunately, ahead of McAtee.
He has to. It's kind of like
He's
the
not
way
gonna
that
be happy.
We need to see. Listen, as a fan base, we need to see Savio. Now, listen, he might
think
want
so?
to work on it.
Oh,
No, he
Savio's-
might be frustrating on his finish, but we like what we've seen in terms of that excitement, that forwards thinking, take players on, get in the box, create dangers. We like that, and even though he needs to work in his final third, but the concern is as a fan, well, he hasn't played in many games. We've seen on the bench. We have to see that. Like, there's a couple semi-finals. Let's bring some excitement into it. Let's bring that Brazilian flair, if that makes sense.
I don't think so. No, I
He's
think
got
we
to
have
start.
be very
Come on,
careful.
he's got to start.
We
I
have-
like Savio.
Nottingham Forest play counter attack football. You have to be very careful.
No, they will not play the same as they play in the Premier League. They haven't been to a semi-final of the cup in years.
40
And
years.
They will not be playing the same as like they play in the Premier League. They'll be nervous as well because, right, okay,
That's what I'm saying.
There'll be
And
more
it's a bigger
Nottingham Forest
pitch, too.
fans at Wembley on Sunday. There'll be than Man City because
So hold on. You think they're gonna
their
counter
fans-
Man City? You think they're
yeah,
gonna play
no,
toe
no,
to
no,
toe?
no. Say that again. Sorry.
You think they're gonna play toe to toe, or they're gonna sit back and counter?
They're gonna sit back.
And
They'll be
counter?
nervous. They'll be nervous. They haven't been to a semi-finals in ages. It's at
Yeah.
Wembley. They haven't played in Wembley for God knows how many years.
Last time
It's
I've
the first
Not the
time.
Premier League, at least. Didn't they have when they got promoted? Didn't they play at Wembley then? Were
they
they in the
played
playoffs?
3 years ago
Because
against Huddersfield Town.
They also have in
1-0.
mind that last time they went toe to toe with Man City, they got slapped 4 or 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0.
Even at home, when they played at home, they were sitting back and hitting us in the counter. They were not exposing themselves. Imagine what they're going to do in the semi-final.
Mm.
They're going to like, okay, keep it tight. When we win the ball, let's hit them in the counter.
Yeah.
I'd consider bringing some speed into the defense. I mean, I know he won't, but like, obviously, I want I thought Kuznetsov was our best player at the City Ground, so
She wants Diaz
I got a
job.
soft spot for him. But I could also
wants
say
Diaz
a
job.
Kanji.
Listen,
You can put a Kanji in for his experience. See, I'm not just going straight for the young guy. But yeah,
but you want Diaz
the
job.
push forward part. I mean, a little more experience, but I think Pep will just stick with this lineup because I think it's working now. It worked against Crystal Palace. It worked at Everton, and it works. Whatever the Everton one was, maybe that's the one he'll do because that one didn't have Mac T in it, but it had all the it had Nico G in there. So I don't know, but I don't know if he'll. I wish he could play. I think we need Nico G in a game like this because of the counter threat and. He's the only one in that back in the midfield who can actually attempt to slow somebody down. But Pep seems to have lost trust in him. So yeah, maybe it will be more of the Everton lineup. Perhaps.
You want to drop Diaz, don't you?
I think Diaz needs a game off. I don't think this is the game he needs off. I think he needs to take Southampton or Wolves off.
Yeah, you can't rest anyone. No way.
Why not?
The problem is, I would prefer Kuznetsov to play as a center back next to Yashko because of the speed that he has, and he'll help with the counters. Because I don't think anyone in that back four that we've been playing can handle like what is it, Hudson Odoi and who's the other Elanga. Yeah, I don't think anybody can line up with them speed wise.
So do we stick with the same?
Can keep up with Chris Wood because he's a slow white guy.
So in that thought, then we have to keep the same back four to bring some consistency in the back line. Yeah. So they've been playing I think is now 2 games back to back 2 games together. So
it's been more than ever since that Bournemouth game. I think it's been all of them.
Oh, Nunes. Well, right.
I think he played that back four at United. He played them against Palace. I think it's been the same back four for like the past 4 or 5 games, which is like unheard of on this team.
Yeah, so he's building a consistent back line from now until the end of the season. So I think it makes sense to
stick with it.
So,
I think we are going to miss Kuznetsov's speed, but I think the consistency is more important right now. So
because if you look at the level time, sometimes even when O'Reilly makes a bad pass or makes some sort of position mistake, Vardy is there. Do you know what I mean?
I feel sorry for Kel as what she said that. I feel sorry for Kuznetsov. He's played outstanding. He's played brilliant. I think he's been
outstanding. He done okay.
No,
he's had some mistakes, but he's been. I think he's been pretty solid for.
The only major mistake I saw was the mistake against.
I gotta go, man. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm just gonna finish in last.
You gotta go to the pub.
No, I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm just kidding, Mattias.
Yeah, you go. Big up.
Before you go, Mateus, quickly predictions.
Oh. 2-1. 2-1 set.
2-1 set. Oh, because that's gonna be close. Okay, fair enough.
We can't go to penalty. If we got to penalty,
no, we're done if we have to. Because they have a really good keeper too. He's been one of the best in the league.
Yeah,
so
I'm not talking about the keepers. No, it's not the keepers. It's the penalty takers.
Penalty takers, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, who do they have? Yeah, they've got like Chris Wood. Morgan Gibbs White. Can you take a penalty?
Oh my
It's your
god.
audition for Man
No,
City.
Is
Elanga.
no, our penalty takers is the concern.
Yeah. Oh, because
We
we don't
missed
have
a lot.
Holland. Yeah. Well, Marmoush can hit a pen for sure.
Yeah,
I
he
think.
can.
Don't
but
let De Bruyne do one. No, he's terrible at them.
and
There's
Bernardo
a
Silva.
pretty nice one in the Community Shield. Akanji can
Bernardo
hit a
Silva
pen.
literally passes the ball to the
Henderson.
goalkeeper.
Oh no, he's not playing. Damn.
Edison's not playing.
We got
No,
our meme.
No, Bernardo Silva passes the ball to the goalkeeper. He doesn't shoot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't let him take a pen. That one against Real Madrid, unforgivable.
Absolutely, man. Listen, guys, thank you for coming to the show today. I was gonna do a quick 1 hour today and probably tomorrow again. Thank you so much, Kel. Always invite to my show. Anytime you got your thing, let me know. I'll let you know, guys. Keep coming in regularly. We'll do it on a regular basis. And listen, I think we're gonna win. Kel, before we go, what do you think the scoreline is gonna be?
Oh God, I think it'll be a 1-goal margin. I can't predict the score.
You
I
can't.
just can't.
I'm going to the game. I'm going to
goal
the game.
margin.
So
I'm
I'm
so bad
nervous.
at predictions. I'll go with Mattias. I'll say 2-1. We'll win
2-1,
2-1.
yeah.
2-1.
I
It's gonna be a
think
tight
it's
game.
going to be. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
close. I think, but City being there, I think the pressure is going to be too much for Nottingham Forest. I think the pressure of not being there, not being in that FA Cup semi-final to play against Manchester City, who've been there before. I think, and City have played them twice. They've seen how they played, and they're playing City at the wrong time because City are confident now. And
Yeah.
they're going to be thinking, City are not the same City that you played 4 or 5 weeks ago. This is a City side that came 2-0 down against Crystal Palace and won 5-2. Went to Everton, who are tough away fixture, won 2-0, beat Villa. This is a different City side. They're getting that momentum. They're getting this confidence. Players are starting to perform. I think City have now they've got this confidence. I think when they go to this game, we've been there to Wembley. Last year we beat Chelsea in the same FA Cup semi-final. I think when Bernardo scored, I think. Bernardo scored.
Yeah, he scored that goal against Chelsea last year.
Yeah, see, I remember he scored that goal. I was there. So I think.
Are you going on Sunday?
I'm going on Sunday, yeah.
Oh,
I hate going Wembley.
You gotta go meet. Luke's gonna be there. Martin's gonna be there.
Yeah, Martin's gonna be there.
Yeah, you should go meet up with them. Martin says he's gonna be behind the goal, so I'm gonna look for
behind
him
the goal. Oh my god.
I'll look for him on TV.
Yeah, I think I hate going there because I've gone to the FA Cup final. I went to the Community Shield. Fair enough, we won, but I just knew straight away when we won that Community Shield, Kel, I just knew, oh my god, because whenever we win that, I just know it's going to be a long season.
Yeah.
So when
I've actually been to Wembley before.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's going to be a close game, but City have got advantage. I think City have to be very careful with Elanga and Hudson-Odoi. That's their main threat. And if they can nullify those two, those are the major threat. Chris Wood, normally, he's a City fan. He misses City.
Yeah.
He loves us.
That goal against us in the treble season, so he doesn't always remember.
If you can exactly leave it, just continue leaving it. I think if we win this and we go to the final, I'm hoping. And before I go, I was going to say, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, who are you rooting for?
I would love to see Crystal Palace do it, just because I always had this like little romanticism about teams that have never won a trophy before.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to see that. Although, I mean, I guess it would be rough because then if we win our game and Crystal Palace win, we'd have a bogey team in the final. And we did have that. What was it, to Wigan or whatever it was? Wigan. Yeah. So we have both of it in the final before. Yeah. So it gets a bogey team, but I love the romanticism about like the smaller teams, kind of, or the quote unquote smaller teams, kind of getting there. And like last year during the Carabao Cup, I was rooting for Fulham to beat Man United, and sadly that didn't work out. But I'm just into that whole romanticism of football, of the first trophy. And imagine Crystal Palace in Europa League next year if they won a trophy.
If Crystal Palace, we went to the final, Crystal Palace beat us. Oh my god.
Oh my god, we'd never hear the end of it.
Oh my god. That would be the worst. Come on, literally. Oh my god, that would be unacceptable. I'm rooting for Palace because they're my local team, because I live quite close to them. And
are you South London?
Yeah, South London. So I live exactly that area. That area exactly. And a lot of the guys I know, some of them, we know Crystal Palace very well. So I think I'm rooting for them. I prefer to play them over Villa because Villa are dangerous. Villa are very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
They got runners. Every time they'll bring a player on, I was like, shit, man. They're bringing Demarlin. Oh, they're bringing this guy. Oh, they're bringing another guy. I was only Disasi, I smiled, but the rest they kept going on. When they brought Ollie Watkins, I'm thinking, oh my god, another deadly striker. When they brought Demarlin,
on the bench.
Exactly.
That's so
Only
weird.
guy that I was not worried is Disasi. So I think if Palace, I'm rooting for Palace, and I hope Palace beats Crystal Aston Villa, and we can meet each other in the final, and we can rematch that. And I know Pep hates sometimes Crystal Palace as if they've got our backs, like they've beaten us a couple of times, and we've beaten them as well.
They always
So
get in our way. It's
always
always in
like,
those title races, man. It's always like a nasty draw, or what was it? It was the season we won the Villa, that one, the one before the treble. It was like, I remember
2-2.
Yeah, it was a 2-2. I was like,
Nil
I
up.
remember that was an early morning game. I went to a party the night before, so
It was 2-0 up. Yeah, we were 2-0 up, and Foden gave the last minute penalty.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, last season. God,
And
they
it was
always
like,
do that to us. They're just always tough on us. So
yeah,
maybe I
So I
shouldn't
think-
root for them, but I just kind of
yeah, I think
I'd rather see them than Villa, because I would Emery in like a cup final is scary to me.
yeah,
Because that guy has won a lot of cups. Like, he's won a whole bunch of Europa leagues, and
he's
so
dangerous.
he knows how to
Exactly.
manage in those big games.
He's
That actually
tactic-
makes me nervous. And Crystal Palace would be crap in the bed, because they'd be like, "We're in a final. Like, what?
Yeah.
What is this?"
Yeah, completely. I think the last time they've been there was Ian Wright and all that stuff. But
Oh, wow, yeah.
think tomorrow hopefully Villa can get knocked out, so we can have a bit of easy final. Thank you guys,
We gotta
man.
do our job too.
Thank you so much,
That's a
Flo,
nice
man.
kickoff time for me on Sunday, 8:30 in the morning.
my
Patrick and I
days.
may be doing a watch along.
Yeah,
So
you're
everybody
gonna be
gets,
doing a watch
Calvin
along, are
Day.
you? Are you doing a watch along?
I think Patrick might be, and if he is, I'll join him. I go
Oh,
on. I
brilliant.
don't have my own channel. I just go on. I'm mostly on Patrick's channel, but I jump around.
Big up Patrick, absolutely. Make sure you guys follow Patrick and make sure you
Patrick's
follow
great.
Patrick's channel and support him, and make sure you're there in the watch along. And guys, we'll be back again. Thank you, Kel. Always come to my show, always invited. These guys are absolutely special. And everyone here, thank you so much for listening, and it's been a great show. Take care, guys.